I don't have to do anything because you're not my mom.
What?
You're not my mom.
What are you talking about?
You're not my mom.
Mendeecees, please stop playing with me before I knock you out. I'm about to smack you.
Why
You sound crazy.
I don't think you take time to focus on this relationship. I think you spend so much time focused on your business and traveling, and it feels like you're trying to get back for me being gone for them 4 years, and now it's time for you to enjoy life, and it's starting to feel like I'm a single parent. I can't do this by myself.
Mendeecees is exposing Yandy for infidelity despite her repeated protestations of faithfulness to her spouse. And everyone in Nam Mama is aware that he simply cannot keep it in his pants for whatever reason. Mendeecees has been unfaithful to Yandy since his release from prison. He added that the promise of commitment, not love, was the reason he stayed in the marriage. Yandy has been urged to get up by everyone who feels terrible for her. Yandy seems to have had enough of N's pranks and is finally getting her lick back this time, kid. But will this have any impact on her marriage to Mendeecees? Since the pair has never submitted any paperwork and their marital problems predate Mendeecees' incarceration to the slammer, I'm not sure if we should even consider this to be a marriage at this time. Little Mendeecees plays practical jokes on Yandy and his parents in order to increase the number of views on his YouTube account. This time, hoping it would become a lovely viral video, he felt it would be amusing to write cheetah on the side of Yandy's G-Wagon. However, Yandy didn't think it was hilarious at the time.
So I came out,
Oh yeah, I ain't even snapped that. Come on.
and let me show you. So I came out here ready to go bananas. You hear me? Bananas. So then, after I was ready to go bananas, this is who I see. This is who I see in the cut with this guy here. With that guy. Yes, that one. With that camera. Some things you just don't play with. So guess who's on punishment now? And guess who has to give my car a car wash inside and out? Then has to work at the restaurant tomorrow. Then has to work 9 a.m. at the restaurant tomorrow. 9 a.m. Because there's some things you don't play with. You don't play YouTube or my car. So now YouTube jokes on you. Don't you ever in your life play with my car. Ever. Jokes on you. Like, who lied? Like, what? Like, what?
If Yandy is anything, she doesn't mess around with her partner and their relationship. After all, if she's still here after all the baby mama drama, she shouldn't take it seriously. Accusations of infidelity. What in the world do I know? Little Mendeecees is all about being a faithful woman who rides for her lover whenever he wants to, so painting cheater on her car didn't seem like a typical practical joke. Almost all other items in her vehicle aside, despite the fact that Yandy and Mendeecees' relationship is illegal, they have reportedly been dating since 2008 and got married in 2015. Prior to Mendeecees' imprisonment, Yandy had been juggling the drama of 2 women's duties as baby parents. There are rumors that Mendeecees had kids and occasionally dated Yandy. Despite being aware of it, Yandy decided to ignore him, perhaps in the same manner that Rita lowers her head and turns her head away when it's too much. Naturally, Yandy and Rashida have remained close friends ever since. Kurt takes his Frosty out on the streets and comes back with more children. However, after Mendeecees went to serve time in prison, Yandy had to care for her family and put up with the antics of Mendeecees' other baby moms. Yandy could have ended the argument at any time, but I'm not claiming she's flawless because she occasionally covers her hands and throws stones. Since they said he wouldn't stay, no one would have blamed her if she had ended up in the John. When Mendeecees came out, Yandy made sure he had a job to earn some money and a place to live. He had money, but instead of expressing gratitude and attempting to let her know that her efforts weren't in vain, Mendeecees was only griping about it. His sole change was that he was now much more irritated with Yandy's growing independence because she had to wear the pants while he was in prison. Otherwise, he was still the same man who had been imprisoned. Mendeecees began dating other women after taking off their wedding band. He informed her outright that the love was over, whether Yandy realized it or not.
Be honest, it's given just a hint bit of he is playing in Yandy's face. That's just my opinion. I never understand doing a tit for tat when it comes to if I don't feel respected, then I'm gonna figure out a way to double disrespect you. So you're telling me that this man is just, you know, flowing through the streets of Atlanta, no ring on? Yeah.
Yandy acknowledges that their relationship is finished and that they currently have nothing in common or reason to continue dating after years of arguing and dealing with the baby moms. She would rather walk barefoot through flames as her wigs catch fire than acknowledge that she lost, which is why I chose her.
I would want you to tell Yandy, what does respect look like to you?
I think respect is just being valued, making sure I'm seen and I'm heard, and taking my feelings into consideration.
And I love that you're very specific and allow that to be a process. Yandy's not going to do that perfectly tomorrow, but now you're sowing the seed and she's aware to do those things for you.
One thing that I also feel like is that respect should be mutual. Since we've been dealing and going through it, this guy over here decided he no longer wanted to wear his ring.
I feel like once we get to a place where this respect is restored, then we can wear the ring.
So if it was a question from Yandy about your ring, what would your answer be to her?
My concept of wearing a ring is, you know, people together as one. I'm trying to get there.
You're not there yet.
But what is the part, the together part or the one part?
You had a baby 10 months behind me. You're the go behind.
It doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter. Just like anything that I hear about you, it doesn't matter. You have to just own up to where you are in life and what it is. That man has never claimed you. You ain't never been nothing but a slide. That man has never said you were his girlfriend to anyone.
We got matching passports with the same stamps, vacation.
Listen,
way back 2004. I put cars, apartments in my name for him.
that's what slides do.
We have the same address legally still to this day.
No,
But
you
go
don't.
ahead. Go ahead.
No, you don't, and you never have.
Actually, I do, boo-boo. I knew Yandy was gonna be on some bullshit because she was running her mouth, as usual, so I came with my receipts. Mendeecees and I traveled the world together, had apartments together. Now tell me again how I'm the slide.
As you can see, she and Will Smith saw divorce as a failure. Despite her refusal to leave Mendeecees, she still harbors affections for him. She has no trouble leaving him with the kids when she travels outside of Atlanta for work on a regular basis.
Something that I feel like in DC, where if he builds me up too much, he'll think like I'm too big-headed, and then I'll just feel like I don't want to be with him or I'll leave.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I think you're absolutely wrong, and that is not actual facts.
I could get an award from one of the top Black organizations. I can.
I say
let me ask a
congratulations.
simple question. But it might be like,
I never say
but it might be like, yo, congrats on that. Versus,
yo, what? I don't even talk like that. First of all,
exactly,
I
you
never
don't. So
even
you don't
talk
say
like that.
congratulations. You might be like,
humanize me. Don't. What are you talking about?
what would be better is if it was.
Yeah, all right, I'm ready for this scene to be over. This getting dumb.
After acting like a lost puppy and being on the go all the time, Yandy finally yields when Mendeecees asks her why she's making all these big moves without him. Yandy understands that she doesn't require Mendeecees for anything. In fact, her refusal to provide the necessary documents for their marriage simply demonstrated her tenacious slyness. Even though Yandy claims to be faithful and depressed, she won't allow him to ruin her bag if her enterprises ever succeed, or if Mendeecees ever becomes an even greater burden. Yandy and Mendeecees were together for their program, Love and Hip Hop, and the Grammy Awards. People don't think that Mendeecees authored those lines, and Yandy ceases portraying the fascinated wife when the cameras stop rolling. Words for nothing say, children you didn't push or spit out will always end up like this, individuals say. At the end of the quote, Yandy receives this punishment for raising this adorable child by herself while his father was incarcerated. Only time will tell, Yandy, you're playing too much with this child who isn't biologically yours. S. Mendeecees, is Yandy cheating on Mendeecees in your opinion? Or do we just presume that he is speaking to us in a subtle way? Tees don't like you, is the final quote. Please enjoy this video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Please don't forget to click the like and subscribe buttons and post your comments with your thoughts. Goodbye, bad guys.